It was time for show and tell. People from all over New Florida came to see what everyone brought, and at last it was the grand finale. Everyone cheered. "I'm going home in this passenger car," said Mrs. Berman. Then she walked over to Quinn. "I'm showing off my coaches," she said. "All right, that's good luck," said Mrs. Berman. Then there was trouble. Maladora came into view. "Here I am," she said. She stole Sasha's coaches. "Give those back!" snapped Sasha. "Those are my coaches!" Then she shoved them into Scriba's coaches. "Those are my coaches!" whined Scriba. Then she stole Amfleet cars. "Give those coaches back!" whined Carla. She stole Sam's rolling stock. "Give that back!" she whined. Then she shunted Katie's freight cars over to the others. "The diaper cars are missing!" cried Alexia. Then she shunted them into a train. "She took my diaper cars!" And Camden wailed Treva. "Give him back!" Then she shunted the coach, Eamon and Nola, and then the one long train. "Bust my buffers!" gasped Dwee. "Maladora took all of our favorite jobs!" "I'm gonna go bring Mrs. Berman to the airport," said Becky. Meanwhile, Maladora was feeling pleased with herself. "These train cars are now mine," she said. "I love them!" It was a long train, but she carried on down the track. She was enjoying herself with her evil soul. The train was long, but she carried on. "I notcha 'cause we gotcha," she said. "Those puffballs know everything." "Create this oxymoron, evil good," she said. The train cars clattered and clattered. Then she came to a railroad crossing, and the lights didn't blink when she went over it, until they did! Becky arrived at the station where she saw Lori and, "Aha! There's the green oxymoron! I'm gonna try and eat her up!" she said. "Come destroy this, everyone!" she said. "Run, Lori, quick!" yelled Becky. "I'm gonna help you!" And then the trains took off. "Now I'm gonna get you too! 'Cause those morons back there are bullied! 'Cause I am the best one ever!" "You can't say that! That's not appropriate!" said Lori. "You're calling us names!" wailed Becky. And the train carried on. "I want to avoid using those words. No, please don't!" she cried. A workman got crushed. "Stupid person on the rails," she said. "I want to show you who's the best." And she rocketed along. And she clattered over the crossing. "What are that puffball think she's doing?" huffed Becky. There was a train of hazardous materials. LaShonda was waiting on one track and Tessa was on the other. "We win the race!" we cheered Lori. But then Nilma started to approach as the nuclear alarm went off. Her driver slammed the brakes on, but it was too late! Smoke went into the air, and then it blew up. When Dwee and Sasha saw the crash, they were horrified. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the freight cars were derailed, and everything was crunched. Malidora was the most upset of all. "We're sorry," moaned LaShonda. "I didn't know we were here." "There's nothing to worry about," Nilma said. "We'll have these trains back upright in no time," said Dwee. "We will," said Sasha. And Ida arrived with the train. "The breakdown train will derail you," she said. After the crash was cleaned up, the line was reopened, and Lori and Becky carried all the engine's jobs back to them at once. "No derogatory term is good for the railway," Becky said. "It wasn't," said Lori. Then they arrived in the yard with their long train. "Maybe it would be best to avoid using derogatory terms," Becky said. And then everyone cheered. "Thanks for the jobs coming back," they all said at the same time. Then Kirsten brought a smashed and destroyed Malidora. "I'm sorry about taking your jobs," she said. "I don't want to be a puffball, a moron, or a teapot anymore. Those derogatory terms are no good for preschool railroads." "We forgive you, Malidora," Dwee said. "Just don't do it again." "Maybe as punishment you can be scrapped and think about what you did." "That sounds like a good idea," said Kirsten. "I'm putting her in the trash can," said Becky. "She doesn't fit in the trash can," huffed Kirsten. "She's too heavy." "How about you chop me up into pieces and then put me in one," she said.